Okay, so this is day 10 of my 10-day juice fast, March 2020. And I just wanted to jump on and just do a check-in on the last day of the fast and just report my experiences. Let's see, just, the past couple hours I've been thinking, about food. I'm going to make some flax crackers for tomorrow. For some reason, when I finish my fast, I want to have these dehydrated savory flax crackers with a sliced avocado and onion. I'm going to dehydrate some tomatoes too. Have some, not sun-dried, but dehydrated dried tomatoes on it. You get these, I've noticed that when I'm on a juice fast, I get these little fantasies about food. The other one is a raw zucchini salad I have a zucchini spiralizer, and you can make like noodles out of vegetables, carrots, sweet potatoes. Also sweet potatoes, that sounds good with a little light sesame dressing. And it's interesting because I've been on raw diets with juice fasts, and I've come off of juice fast and gone right into a raw diet. And it's interesting how my mind comes up with the raw foods, the raw dishes that I would go to in the past, and those foods don't come up when I'm eating, like food, all types of food. So that's what's on my mind, and I also thought that jumping on here to talk would give me something else to do other than focusing on food. I'm going to start preparing the crackers. I had to go out and get a new food processor. There's my dehydrator because mine broke. It lasted a really long time, and I got an identical one, brand new, so I'm sure it will give me many years of service, I'm hoping. The last one certainly did. A lot of use. So let's see. I got on the scale this morning. I was 132, and I started out 134.6, so that's a 2.8 official weight loss. Tomorrow is actually the real official weight loss. Maybe it'll be 131.8. I don't know. It's like a, 2.5, 3 pound weight loss in 10 days. And my experience is that I generally gain back half of what I lost. So, I'll probably only have like a 1.5 pound weight loss. That's that. In the beginning, when I used to juice many years ago, I would lose a pound a day. And if I juiced for 30 days, I could lose 26 pounds. But these little short 10-day juice fasts, I'm not getting those results, although today, the 10th day, I'm really glad to be stopping. I really don't want to keep juicing. Although I've done it in the past. So let's see. The other thing is, in the past couple days, the hunger subsided. That's one of the things about juice fasting is you might have 3 or 4 days of discomfort in the beginning, but by the time you hit 5 and 6, and I'm at like 7 and 8, I mean, for me, 7 and 8, I was just like, your body's just not hungry anymore, and that's part of the self-preservation mechanism that kicks in where, you're not getting any nourishment, and your body just says, okay, we're not going to deal with hunger anymore. You go out and find me something to eat. So, but I didn't. I stayed juicing. I have been cheating with the hot chocolate, the apple cider. That's probably why I haven't been getting the great results. Also, my Bloody Mary mix, I use horseradish, and I use, what else do I use? Horseradish, Tabasco, and something else that is verboten. Can I think of what it is? I don't know. There's another mustard. Mustard. That's also got fiber. So I'm not strict, like, really strict like I was in the beginning, or may have been in the beginning. My first few forays. I usually cheat a little bit just because I'm just not that strong of a person. So now my plan is that I have another 20 days of eating food, and then I'm going to do another 10-day juice fast. I'm going to do that so that would be April, May, June, another 3 times. And the main thing is, I was thinking like these juice fasts are like you're driving down the road and the juice fast is a U-turn and you go the other way and then you go in the other direction and you push it back. And, so maybe in, the next 3 times I'll lose another, let's say 1.5 pounds. So that would be 4.5 pounds and it'll get me better, better. I am exercising, hopefully, I'll achieve my goals or, stop eating so much in between. And that's really what I was thinking about, these 20 days when I'm able to eat. Perhaps the discomfort I felt while I was juicing will encourage me to be light and moderate in my food choices so that I don't gain weight and then have to lose it. I also heard a very kind of depressing statistic that I've been hearing for many years, and that is, I heard it on a YouTube video, was Rich Roll talking to a guy who's talking about blue zones. And it's a really good interview if you want to Google it. And it's just his most recent. And he said that 95% of people who go on a diet and exercise program do not meet their goals, which means that 5% of the people who go on diet and exercise programs, and I would imagine this is over some type of longer period of time, not just initial, but to keep it off over a long period of time. Only 5% of the people are going to actually meet these goals that they set. And that's been my experience, is that the shocking thing to me is the extraordinary amount of attention and effort it takes to take weight off. And I would say that one of the main things that is not a current or it's not like a fact that's known in the culture is that if you gain weight, you probably will not be able to take it off. I think because it's so easy to gain weight, people have in their mind, like, well, I'll just take this off one day. It was not that hard to put it on. I'll just take it off. And I think if it was more a common concept and just a rule that we know, like if you gain weight, that's permanent. That's a permanent change. So don't do it, And, it's kind of like if you walk into that room, it's going to lock behind you. So don't walk into that room. But that's not the common understanding. And really this trend that we have, I think he said, it was another huge statistic, like 70% of Americans are overweight. Really? Now this is a kind of a new situation that people don't have the real understanding of their condition. If I hadn't experienced it myself of how difficult it is to take weight off, I wouldn't either. Because I know that I've had times in my life when I felt, well, I'll just take the weight off, and I have been actually dieting since my late teens. And I know, but the more I try and the more I bounce back and, I understand that the best thing that I could have done would be to not gain the weight in the first place. And I remember when I started overeating food, I wasn't hungry, but I would eat. And that was when I was 12. It's a long time ago. So that's, I think, something that we need to have in our awareness as a culture, that especially children, and as you're coming into adulthood, to be very aware that if you gain weight, chances are you will not be able to take it off. So be very careful. Or if you're a man who's been very physically fit, maybe a college athlete, and then he gets into the business world, for him to know, if you go out to too many executive lunches or too many pizza parties, with the guys watching the game, those pounds that you gain, you're probably not going to be able to take it off. That's going to be permanent, and you're going to have to live with it. So, you're going to have to carry that pizza around with you for the rest of your life, that ball and chain. So anyway, so that's it. I'm going to be eating tomorrow. Like I say, I'm making these flaxseed crackers. I'm excited about it. I'm also excited, for the next 20 days that I'm going to take it one day at a time for 20 days, and perhaps I will actually write down what I eat. I will continue to chronicle as I go forward back to eating in the next 20 days in between. I have cut out all grains except for rice, and that's an upgrade. No congestion. I must have been allergic to wheat, or wheat in particular, possibly other grains. And also, I'm not going to have any dairy because I also noticed dairy causes congestion for me. I'm not going to say I'm allergic to it. It just causes congestion because when I've been on this juice fast, zero congestion. I mean, sometimes I just breathe, and I've said this before, but just in this past 10 days, it's been like breathing is pleasurable. It is truly pleasurable, and to get a lot of oxygen, that's a lot of fuel for our body, a lot of cleansing. And so I think I will check in. Perhaps I'll actually write down what I'm eating so that I'm mindful, because so much of it is awareness, so that it's changing our habits too. Changing. I've cut out sugar. I'm going to try to continue to cut out sugar in the next 20 days, and it's good to say that out loud. So that would be no wheat, no grains, no dairy, and no sugar, because I'm using Truvia as in my beverages, my hot beverages. So that's it. I'll be eating tomorrow, and I will check in, at some point to continue this journey towards, greater success in the direction of the results that I'm looking for. That's it.